All right, guys, good morning. Welcome back. It is the 11th here of March, and it's Monday. So today we really limited our trading quite a bit. I only traded for roughly an hour. You'll see that in the recording in a second. We got a pretty mixed bag of tickers, quite a lot of tickers actually, but there was only one Tcbp that I would say made a good move after the market opened, was over VWAP. So that's going to be the focus of our attention in this recap. Everything else was just trending below VWAP, so it wasn't that interesting. And yeah, let's dive into some of these numbers here. So nice clean 1K day, trending higher. I didn't give back that much profit, which was really nice. Usually, yeah, I mean, look how hectic it's been. Especially last week, you know, I would be up quite a lot and then just give back, and then yeah, it was a lot of back and forth. I had basically really bad profit margins, so it was nice to clean that up. Profit margin here today at 85.76%. That's really solid. My average position cost, though, was a little bit lower than I would have liked, so I could work on that. My risk management was really good. I was cutting losses quickly. So like a 1 to 3 risk reward, almost on average, if you're dealing with dollar or percent. Really, really solid there. And just, you know, cutting as soon as something doesn't work out. And I gotta keep doing that because that's where the money's at, right? Not so much making money, but holding on to it. And that's really where my problems come in. So on the day, Rvsn 200 on this one, Umac 200 on that one, and then Tcbp, that's the one I got the 600 on. Let's go ahead and actually, let's go to the live recording and go here. Pre-market was pretty nasty. Look at DUO, absolute disaster here. So when I was looking at some of these tickers pre-market, I told myself, man, pullbacks are getting crushed today. And you gotta remember, red attracts red, green attracts green. So I wanted to be cautious there and only trade really good stuff. So I'm looking around, still don't find anything interesting. Rvsn pops up. This is probably one of the more interesting tickers. Umac pops up. So also looking at this one, quick pullback there on Umac. I actually wanted this dip here, but I wasn't trying to catch a falling knife, so I didn't get too aggressive. Yeah, Rvsn, this was actually a pretty nice dip. Low and slow. Let's actually go to the lessons here first. Winkler, here it is. Remember, pre-market, low and slow. I feel like I should just highlight some of these things. General, Discord, if green on the day, and if red on the day, probably good to highlight that. So right here, low and slow, pre-market, market open, green attracts green, cut and leave red alone. Or maybe I should do that. That could be better. Let's do that. So I'll just highlight the important parts. Green attracts green, cut and leave red alone. That's pre-market, or that's market open, but pre-market, low and slow, right? We want to buy off those 9 EMAs. Not really buy too aggressive on the front side. Never chase when green ticker on front side, buy ask. So here's a perfect example of that. You know, 9 EMA I'm accumulating here. I could have definitely done bigger size without a question. So pulls back again. I didn't close this one. Size in one more time, I think somewhere here. This was a little bit more risky, but we're still finding support on this one. 7,000 shares here. And pops up, and for the amount of risk I took on this one, I don't think I made enough profit, and I could have made actually quite a bit of profit if I just didn't sell as quick. Look at that, it actually ends up having a huge, or no, that's Umac. Umac has a huge move. I didn't end up, oh, actually I did trade this one. Okay, let's go back. So big pop up there, blow off top on Umac, and I have limit order ready to go. This spread is big, so remember guys, wiki tickers, don't buy high on wiki tickers. So did a good job there, took profits, very small size. So could use bigger size, but I don't think it was super necessary because look how sketchy that was. I could have been red, you know, 300 just like that. So. Rvsn pops up, so I'm trying to get this one for a break at 3.8, but I want to buy it too high for obvious reasons. So I'm looking for that bigger pullback, and we actually don't really. I could have bought that 9 EMA. That would have been a good 9 EMA buy. but at this point I'm done. All right, so market open time. So let's just fast forward. Okay, market opens, I buy some of these pullbacks. Let's actually go back a little further. So ding, ding, ding. I'm focused on Rvsn. I'm looking for break to 3.8. 5 minute doesn't look too bad. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, you know, if this candle goes green, I'm jumping in it. So here it is, first green candle, jumping in it, jumping in again, and taking some profits off the table. So a little win there. Took profits off the table maybe a little bit too soon. Micro pullback here, back to 7.5. That would have been a good market order. So I should have been buying here. But at least I bought back on the 7.5. I think that was a pretty good trade. Take profits maybe a bit too quickly. Overall, that was the right idea. The execution on that one wasn't that great. I should have really sized up into that one and held a little bit longer. It was looking a little sketchy on the order book. So here we go again. Buying near support, 380 is big support this time. And just kind of working it. That market order fill wasn't great. So again, buying out the 380. Here we go. That was a good trade. The other ones were actually good trades too. The market orders screwed me a little bit that time. Okay, so still popping higher, looking really good. I was a little bit nervous we'd get a flush here, but never ended up happening. I should have been trading this one a little bit more aggressive. So, but I'm in the driver's seat. I'm doing everything right, so I like that. There's a nice pullback there. Only 500 shares, so kind of light on the shares again. I could be trading with much bigger share size. There's a pullback. Gave back a little bit there. And that was pretty much it. I think my last trade on this one wasn't so good. So we basically have a 9 EMA retest, which is totally fine. But I ended up missing it and then trading it the second time. And the second trade on the same setup is usually not so good. So pulls back a little bit here, and then I market order exit, give back like 70 bucks on that one, not a big deal. At this point, it's below VWAP, I leave it alone. That was a good decision, keep selling off. And now I'm looking for the next ticker, UMAC popping over VWAP, could be an option. Tcbp popping over VWAP, also another option. And look, this whole recording here is like 60 minutes, a little bit more, like 70 minutes. So short trading day today. And I let that go at the end actually longer than I needed to. So at this point, new 5 minute and new 1 minute, I need to be getting more aggressive here. It is a little bit wicky, so that's why I was kind of hesitant here, but this is good conditions to really be slamming that ask. So that 180 getting chipped, I need to be jumping in on this. I do realize that, so I go in with some share size. So I think that was a pretty good first trade, or at least the first entry. We're still in this ticker. Pretty okay. I keep expecting a bigger pullback here. That does not happen. And I think at one point I kind of wake up to that fact. Volumes approaching that 1 million shares. I think why I was a little bit on edge here, let me pause it, is because here, you know, we popped up and we had this big pullback, right? So if you look to your left, similar situation, we also had a bit of a shoulder touch here. So I think that's what made me a bit hesitant. Every other ticker so far failed as well. So there's a lot to think about there. Nice amount of shares. I definitely closed that one too soon. Let's actually go back there because I could have done a lot better here. This is kind of a weird picture because it shows my limit orders still available, but I should have just had my limit orders a little bit lower, buy off the VWAP, buy off the 9 EMA. This could have been a huge trade if I did that. I think that would have been a nice little $200-300 profit. And I would have been in the driver's seat to actually consider holding for maybe a $500-700 profit. So I do fumble here more than I should have. Looking back at Tcbp, And there it goes. There's the big move. So I could have accumulated much nicer on this one, and now this ticker is just ripping. This is officially in play. And I need to be buying these micro dips. I'm not. I need to be buying here. Look at that order there at 183. I need to get off the ladder. At this point, we're on a pure front side. I need to get off the ladder. So the second momentum comes in there. I should be buying right here. I should be buying market. Yep, there's bids. It's struggling a little bit. But I could have already done 2 or 3 trades here with the market order. But I'm being conservative. It's not the worst, but you don't want to let these good trades slip. All right, there's the 9 EMA. That was good. Only get a partial fill though. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not really letting this trade work nearly as much as I should. And here I realize kind of the situation. So I'm getting a little bit more in the driver's seat here. I'm like, okay, buyers are back. Let me jump in this one. Still looking good. I think I jump in again. Yeah, I'm over trading here. All I had to do was let it ride. That's fine. Yeah, pulls back a bit. Let's keep going. So this 9 EMA pullback, I should have got more aggressive on. Look at that move down there. Oh my God, good 5-minute setup, good 1-minute setup. This is where you want to get aggressive. This is where you need to be slamming that ask. Jump, 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 jump. And I didn't buy any of this, so I missed. This is like the best move of the day that I missed, unfortunately. At this point, I know this ticker's in runner, and I'm looking for any slight moves back to like a micro pullback, so anything around 2. But I could have been more aggressive there for sure. But yeah, at this point, I just kind of work this. I just buy the pullbacks constantly, but it just rips. It goes way harder than I expected. So let me pull back. Eventually it opens up again. Let me go back a little bit more. So opens up quite aggressively. And here's the point where I am waiting for that move to the 9 EMA. This is where I should have been getting aggressive here. This is looking good because the hold level is at 208, so we still have plenty of space. So I realized that, and I buy, but I cut. I didn't let it do its thing, unfortunately. But I just keep kind of trading it. This one a little wiki because it's a wiki ticker, so I kind of put in a lot of limit orders. So I think that was pretty good. It kept me from giving back a lot of profits, and I think that was ideal. This could have been a great trade here. 9 EMA touch, but I was patient, extra patient. And I did a really good move here because I was waiting for the 5-minute setup. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. And here we go. There's that 5-minute setup. Oh, actually, I did not trade that one. I had a false memory. I realized, okay, let's go back for a second. Okay, I realized that Tcbp is a trending backside. I did think it was going to have a huge potential move because it was the 5-minute setup back over 2.2 and maybe 2.4. But I was like, okay, I don't want to trade backside. So then I switch over to Rvsn. I get a nice little trade on Rvsn. Little 1-minute pullback, 5-minute setup. Small size trade, but making a little profit here. I could have held it definitely a little bit longer on that one. And then it flushes, and Tcbp did exactly what I wanted. So I was like, I I can't complain though, because I didn't break my rules, and I did the right thing here, I think. Tcbp is the ticker though I'm more in the flow on, and I realized, man, this ticker is running, so I'm still waiting for my really good trade on this one. A little like 9 EMA trade there, nothing too great. Stop out, and this ticker's doing work. I'm just trying to get these moves to the 9 EMA, which often I miss. So I didn't really want to buy this ticker too high. Here was a good trade right off the 9 EMA. Not nearly as much size as I should have had, but I get back another retest. Again, sizing is way too small here. I should have maybe 3,000 shares. That would have been way better. And I get out, and then it pulls back, and at this point I'm waiting for that move to 3. I realize there's a ascending wedge forming, but I unfortunately don't get it, and I just call it there. Let's go back on this ticker and let's show the trades. So yeah, I like this wedge. That's what I was going for. I'll show my trades. Maybe they'll pop up. Apply. I'll just try one time. Anyway, so this area I should have got maybe a little bit more aggressive on, but I didn't want to push it more and have it all of a sudden pull back here, and then it actually pops up, and then I stop out, and so I think I was pretty happy where I was, so I didn't want to keep pushing it too hard, and I was up over K at this point, and I was pretty happy. So that's where I went ahead and called it, and I think for a Monday, pretty solid day, and hopefully we can make the rest of the week this smooth as well. Especially with that profit margin. So all I need to do is size up a little bit more, and that's about it. But get more aggressive on those front sides. If it is wiki, it's fine being a little bit more conservative. But if you miss those big pops to the upside, usually I'll get FOMO and do revenge trading at a worse spot. So I would rather get more aggressive on those green moves and mess up than miss those green moves, especially the first 1 or 2 pullbacks. Because there's nothing worse than missing those, getting FOMO, and then chasing, and then having a loser. So tomorrow, if I can be a little bit more aggressive with big size on the green candles, I'd be pretty happy about that. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.